You're tuning into Black and White Sports on YouTube. The no-holds-barred truth on sports. The main event starts now.
Well, Black and White sports fans, let's talk about the coaching version of Colin Kaepernick, the race hustler known as Brian Flores. Now, Brian Flores was actually the coach of the Miami Dolphins. He got fired, and Brian Flores started screaming racism. He said that the league was rife with racism votes. Now, did he actually provide any true evidence? No, of course not. The race hustlers never, ever, ever really provide any true evidence whatsoever. This was a grift. He was very upset that he actually lost his job. Now, it's kind of funny, guys, that Brian Flores actually lost his job. He screams racism, but the Dolphins actually hired Mike McDaniel, who is also partially black, biracial, and he actually still has his job right now. But folks, Tua, the QB of the Dolphins, man, has come out now. He was actually on with Dan Le Batard, and he came out and destroyed Brian Flores. Folks, the reason why Brian Flores actually got fired had nothing to do with race. And Tua pretty much confirmed that. Now, Tua is the franchise quarterback, folks. And apparently Brian Flores was actually attacking the franchise quarterback, telling him that he was terrible all the time, that he sucked. And I guess ownership said, you know what? We've had enough of you. You're out of here. You're fired. And then Brian Flores actually came out and screamed racism. Let's get into it, guys. Make sure you guys like this video, subscribe to the channel, become a channel member. Member live stream every single Friday at 10 a.m. Central Standard Time. You guys can also support us by becoming a member on blackandwhitenetwork.com or supporting us on Locals, both for just $5 per month. Check the links in the description. So here we go, guys. Over here on the Daily Caller, you guys can see this title right here. You suck at what you did. Dolphins Tua Tagovailoa keeps it 100% real about his former head coach, Brian Flores. Yeah, Brian Flores didn't like Tua, and Tua, he had enough of it, man. He had enough of it. So this is the real reason why he actually got fired. Says here, talk about keeping it real. In the 2023 season, Miami Dolphins superstar quarterback Tua Tagovailoa talked about what a difference between his former head coach Brian Flores and current one Mike McDaniel. During that conversation, Tua put focus on McDaniel, allowing him to be the authentic version of himself. Fast forward a year later, here in 2024, after Tagovailoa reeled in a mammoth deal that sees him getting paid over $53 million per season, and the Dolphins quarterback is keeping it a complete bean about Flores and McDaniel, particularly with Flores. Now, we got the clip here, guys, of Tua going in on Brian Flores here. Let's go ahead and roll this clip, guys. Here we go.
Can you explain to us the difference in practical terms between having a coach who did believe in you the way that he did and the difference between that and what was happening with Flores?
Yeah. Well, to put it in simplest terms, if you woke up every morning and I told you you suck at what you did, that you don't belong doing what you do, that you shouldn't be here, that this guy should be here, that you haven't earned this right, and then you have somebody else come in and tell you, dude, you are the best fit for this. Like, you are accurate, you are the best whatever, you are this, you are that. Like, how would it make you feel listening to one or the other? You see what I'm saying? And then you hear it, regardless of what it is, the good or the bad, and you hear it more and more, you start to actually believe that. I don't care who you are. You could be the president of the United States. You have a terrible person that's telling you things that you don't want to hear, or that you probably shouldn't be hearing, you're going to start to believe that about yourself. And so that's sort of like what ended up happening. And it was, I mean, it's basically been 2 years of training that out of not just me, but a couple of the guys as well that have been here since my rookie year all the way till now.
We all had the same reaction to that, was to notice how awkward and uncomfortable Chris Cody was in his short shorts on the middle of that couch sitting next to Tua.
Who picked the middle for me?
Who picked shorts?
You did. You picked the middle. You picked shorts.
It was 1,000 degrees out there. I thought we were going to be outside.
So there you have it right there, guys. There you have it. Man, Tua unloads on Brian Flores. Now, I believe this racism lawsuit against the NFL for colluding to get him out of there, I believe it's actually still going on, even though Brian Flores is actually with the Vikings right now as a defensive coordinator. He actually got that job last year. But man, Tua keeping it real, folks. Keeping it real about Brian Flores. And I'm pretty sure that there's actually other players out there that feel the same way as Tua. I mean, he just kept kicking his quarterback down all the time. Now, I'm not saying that a coach is actually going to be, praising a quarterback all the time. Now, we all know that Bill Belichick, he knew that Tom Brady was great. Now, trust me, Tua ain't Tom Brady, but still, Belichick would actually come in hard on Tom Brady. But also, Belichick knew that Tom Brady was a great QB. But in the case of Tua was basically crushed by Brian Flores all the time. Like, you suck, man. Like, you shouldn't even be here. And maybe there's other players also that can actually agree with that. So the whole racism thing now has just been debunked by Tua. He came out swinging on the race hustler known as Brian Flores, man. Yeah. Now, will Brian Flores actually ever get a head coaching job again after what Tua just said? I don't know, man. I don't know. But that was pretty interesting right there, guys. That Tua just came out and destroyed the race narrative on Brian Flores, man. Yeah. Tua's not a white guy. He's not a black guy either. But still, he dropped the hammer and exposed Brian Flores. That's just my thoughts on this. What do you guys think of this? Black and white sports fans, let us know what you think about all this in the comments. Make sure to subscribe to the channel. And we'll catch you next time.
Thanks for watching the show. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Be sure to tune in next time on Black and White Sports.